is everybody? It is your boy Drew back from Mulligan Baseball, and today I have a hitting tips video for you guys. The best hitting tips in the game from a cracked 13-year-old. That'll be the show. I'm a World Series player, and I'm gonna show you guys my hitting tips. So for the PCI settings, I would use. I personally don't like using like an inner or outer PCI. I like to do nothing in the inner, nothing in the outer, or nothing in the inner, nothing in the center. But then the outer PCI be there, and then I do cyan color and 90%. All right, so let's get into my set, like how I hit and where I set my PCI and stuff. Okay, guys. So for hitting tips, I would recommend setting your PCI a little up in the zone, and just staying patient. And when you're practicing, I would use Legend. And for the camera roll, for the camera angle, I should say, I would use strike zone because it gets you the closest to the ball. You can see it the best. So the thing I like about the outer PCI is it's kind of big compared to the other PCIs, so it makes me feel more confident at the plate. And that's not a good pitch to swing at, but we still ended up hitting it out because Mike Trout's Mike Trout. So yeah, I would recommend hitting on Legend and just practicing against pitchers you might have trouble hitting. So like, I have trouble hitting Garrett Cole, so maybe you have trouble hitting Corey Kluber. Maybe practice against him so you can get his release down. So that's what I would recommend for that. And basically what I would say is just never power swing. Oh, you always want to X swing in this game. Because power swings, if you saw that, even though I hit a home run, my PCI gets smaller. And when you're facing good pitchers, like 99 overall pitchers, and they're throwing you curveballs and stuff that are moving a lot, it's going to be hard to square it up every time. Like, I know he just threw me another fastball down the middle, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's harder. And, I mean, I am obviously the GOAT. No, I'm kidding. But it's going to be harder to square up the ball when you're power swinging and your PCI is getting way smaller. Like it's harder to hit the ball, too. And your swing also gets a tiny bit delayed when you use power swing. So I'd recommend always going with X and just sitting a little bit high and just trying to square it up. The next thing I'm going to talk about right now is the time of day you play at. Now, this is an overlooked thing, but it really does matter. I would recommend playing at Ship It Stadium, which is a stadium I play at. The ball flies out of the park. Especially, that's good because the game isn't the best with exit velocities right now. So I'd recommend playing at Ship It, where you could get a lot of home runs, and you can see the ball amazing off that off the batter's eye. I would recommend playing at 11 a.m. and in June, which is the best time to play, or at October in the nighttime. I think those are the best times to play. And then, but you never want to play at 4 o'clock or like 7 o'clock in like July. That's the dumbest thing you can do because you can't even see the ball off the batter's eye. It doesn't really matter where you play at. So that's like what I recommend about what day you play at. And yeah, let's get to the next tip. Next thing I want to touch base on is reading the ball out of the pitcher's hand. If you look closely enough, you could see the grip that's coming out of their hand. And if you can notice the grip and notice the spin as it comes out of his hand, it's going to be easier to hit for you. So I saw fastball, and then even though I did miss that fastball, I still was ready for it. And then it's good that you know what pitch is coming now, because then you'll be able to time it up better. Like if I don't know what's coming, I might be early on it or late on it, which could really screw up my timing. The last thing I'm going to talk about is finding players that you like to use. On my Diamond Dynasty, oh, that was a bad swing. On my Diamond Dynasty team, I have a bunch of players that I love using. I love their swings, and I love the way they hit in the game. You're not going to be good with players if you don't like their swing. For example, Whit Merrifield. I suck with Whit Merrifield. I still have him, but I stink. He's not on my team, though. He is one of the worst cards to me in this game. And even though he might be a high overall, his 88, I'm still not going to use it because I can't hit with it. So I think that you should try to use players that you're best with, even if they have a lower overall. Like Joey Gallo, for example. Joey Gallo's only an 89, but I still use him on my team and still bat him fourth because of how good he is in the field, and just his swing is just awesome. One of the best swings in the game, and even though he has very low vision, his power just carries that card. And yeah, alright, so that's going to be it for me today, guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Keep in mind these hitting tips. They will help you out to get to World Series just like me. Oh, and one more thing. I would also recommend getting a monitor. A monitor is going to help you out so much because the millisecond like lag time or whatever, goes down. And I would recommend getting a monitor. I'd recommend getting a monitor, 24-inch Asus monitor, which is I think is the best monitor for gaming on PS4. And then I would get these little things that go in your controller called control freaks. Basically what control freaks do is they make the movement for your PCI, like if I wanted to move it down, I could move it down quicker than somebody who wasn't using control freaks, because I am using them. It overall makes you a better player in the game, and I think you guys should use them. Alright, I will see you guys in the next video. Sorry I haven't been uploading lately, but I am back. I am back and ready to go. Alright, see you guys in the next video.